anything we've learned from the awards seasons of the past few years, it is that actors and Hollywood stars are unafraid to use the platform to get a political point across, and the 92nd Academy Awards, held on February 9th, 2020, were no different. The Oscars for the year 2020 may not have had many an explosive political moment, like Frances McDormand calling for inclusion riders or Alfonso Cuarón talking about domestic workers. However, stars like Brad Pitt, Janelle Monae, and Joaquin Phoenix found the time and space to be able to make their voices heard. First up, Janelle Monae, who opened the show alongside Billy Porter in a glorious song and dance number. She performed a medley of Won't You Be My Neighbor and Come Alive and had the audience join her in singing along, and even tossed her hat to Tom Hanks, whose character, Mr. Rogers, is whom she was paying tribute to. Monae's performance was also a hat tip to Black History Month, which is celebrated all of February. Along with these two important dedications, Monae made a third and important one, speaking during her performance. She chose to dedicate her routine to the amazing women who've directed phenomenal films this year, a moment that was notable given that it called out the absence of women from the direction nominations for the 2020 Oscars, prominently Lulu Wang for The Farewell and Greta Gerwig for Little Women. She also added that she was glad to be a Black queer woman able to tell their stories. Incidentally, Natalie Portman also called out the lack of women nominees in the directing category by wearing a cape over her dress that had the names of snubbed women directors embroidered all around it. She famously called out the all-male nominees in the direction category at the Golden Globe Awards in 2018. Next up was the first awardee of the night, Brad Pitt, who took home his first acting Oscar for Best Supporting Actor for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. After thanking the Academy, Pitt called out the impeachment trials for Donald Trump, saying,
"They told me I only have 45 seconds up here, which is 45 seconds more than the Senate gave John Bolton this week."
He also added that maybe Quentin Tarantino should make a movie about Trump's impeachment trials, and that maybe, in the end, the adults do the right thing. The audience laughed along, and clearly Pitt had no trouble getting his message across. And finally, Best Actor in a Leading Role Oscar winner Joaquin Phoenix. Phoenix, who won for his role in and as Joker, has been calling out climate change atrocities and systemic racism all through the awards season, and the Academy Awards were yet another platform for him to do so. He was glad he could use his voice for the voiceless and said, "Whether we're talking about gender inequality or racism or queer rights or indigenous rights or animal rights, we're talking about the fight against injustice." He particularly called out the misuse of natural resources, the ill treatment of animals in order to get items like milk and meat instead of making personal changes. He also remembered his late brother, actor, musician, activist River Phoenix, and said this to close his speech.
When he was 17, my brother wrote this lyric. He said, "Run to the rescue with love and peace will follow."
What was your favorite moment from Oscar night? Let us know in the comment section below. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, be sure to check out all other videos too, and don't forget to subscribe.